Well, Mrs. Warren, I cannot see why you have any particular cause for uneasiness, nor do I understand why I, whose time is of some value, understand why I should interfere in the matter. I really have other things to engage me.
You arranged an affair for a lodger of mine last year, Mr. Fairdale Holmes?
Ah, yes, a simple matter.
Well, sir, he could not cease talking of it. Your kindness, sir, and the way in which you brought light into the darkness. I remembered his words when I was in doubt and darkness myself. I know you could if you only would.
Well, Mrs. Warren, let us hear about it then. You don't object to tobacco, I take it? Oh, thank you. Watson? The matches. You are uneasy, I take it, because your new lodger remains in his room and will not come out. Why, bless you, Mrs. Warren, if I were your lodger, you would often not see me for weeks on end.
Oh, no doubt, sir, but this is different. It frightens me, Mr. Holmes. I can't sleep for fright. To hear his quick step moving here and moving there from early morning to late at night, and yet never to catch so much as a glimpse of him. Where is he hiding for? What has he done? Except for the kitchen girl, I'm all alone in the house with him. And it's more than my nerves can stand.
If I take it up, I must understand every detail. Take time to consider the smallest point, maybe the most essential. You say that he paid you for a fortnight's board and lodging.
Yes, sir. He asked my terms, and I said 50 shillings a week. There's a small sitting room and a bedroom at the very top of the house. I'll pay you £5 a week, if I can have it on my own terms. I'm a poor woman, sir, and the money meant much to me. He took out a £10 note. You can have the same money every fortnight for a long time to come if you keep the terms, he said. If not, I wash my hands of you.
And what were the terms?
Well, sir, he was to have a key of the house, and that was fine. Lodgers often have them. But then, he was to be left entirely to himself, and never, under any circumstances, to be disturbed.
Nothing wonderful in that, surely.
Well, not in reason, sir, but it was out of all reason. He's been there for 10 days, and neither I nor the girl have set eyes upon him. We can hear that quick step of his. It goes back and forth, up and down, night, morning, and noon. But except on that first night, he has never once left the house.
Oh, he went out the first night, did he?
Oh, yes, and came back very late. Everyone was already in bed. I could hear him coming up the stairs after midnight.
But his meals?
Oh, he was very particular. He gave directions that we should always, when he rang, leave his meal upon a chair outside his rooms. Then he rings again when he is finished. We take it down from the same chair. If he wants anything else, he prints it on a slip of paper.
Prints it?
Yes, sir. Oh, I brought one to show you. He prints it in pencil, just the word, nothing else. Here's one, soap. And here's another, match. Oh, and here's the one he gave me on the very first morning. Daily Gazette. I leave that paper on his breakfast tray every day.
See. Dear me. Watson, this certainly is a little unusual. Seclusion I can understand, but why print? Printing is a clumsy process. Why not write? What would it suggest, Watson?
That he desired to conceal his handwriting.
But why? What can it matter to him that his landlady get a word of his writing?
I cannot imagine.
It opens a pleasing field for intelligent speculation. The words are written with a broad-pointed, violet-tinted pencil of a not unusual pattern. You will observe that the paper is torn right here where the S in soap would be written. Suggestive, Watson, is it not?
Of caution?
Exactly. There was evidently some thumbprint here that could give us a clue to the person's identity. Now, Mrs. Warren, you say that the man was of middle age and size, bearded. What age would he be?
Oh, youngish, sir, not over 30. And he spoke good English, and yet I thought from his accent that he was a foreigner.
And he was well dressed.
Oh, very smartly dressed, sir. Quite the gentleman. Dark clothes, nothing you would note.
He gave no name.
No, sir.
And he had no letters or callers.
None?
But surely you or the girl entered his room of a morning.
No, sir. He looked after himself entirely.
Dear me, that is certainly remarkable. Well, we don't seem to have much material to help us. Do you say nothing has come out of that room? Absolutely nothing.
Oh, sir. I brought this. This was on his tray when he set it out this morning. I brought it because I had heard that you are good at making great things out of small ones.
There is nothing here. The matches have, of course, been used to light cigarettes. That is obvious from the shortness of the matchstick. If one used it to light a cigar or a pipe, it would have been shorter. But dear me, this cigarette stub is certainly remarkable. The gentleman was bearded and moustached, you say?
Yes, sir.
I don't understand that. I should say that only a clean-shaven man could have smoked this cigarette. Why, even your modest moustache would have been singed, Watson.
A holder?
No. The end is matted. I suppose there could not be two people in your room, Mrs. Warren.
Oh, no, sir. He eats so little. I often wonder how it can keep life in one.
Well, I think that we must wait for a little more material. After all, you have nothing to complain of. You have received your rent, and he is not a troublesome lodger, though he is certainly an unusual one. He pays you well, and if he chooses to lie concealed, it is his choice and no direct business of yours. We have no excuse for an intrusion upon his privacy. unless we have reason to think it is a guilty reason. I've taken up the matter, and I won't lose sight of it. Report to me if anything fresh occurs, and rely upon my assistance if it should be needed.